Imagine one of the biggest rap stars on the planet, Offset from the Migos, allegedly texting an OnlyFans model, Celina Powell, begging for a $15,000 loan to fuel a gambling habit.
Hello, Daddy. You got PayPal? I said, for what? He said, because I need money. Then I said, I only have a Zelle. He said, okay, so Zelle me. I said, my limit is like so low. He said, it's okay, just Zelle me.
Do what you can. $2, $3.
Send it.
25 cents.
He was panicking. He was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke. I don't know what happened. Nobody was answering his phone call. He popped, trying to run up, chasing. Must got a gambling addiction. He just popped. He calling for cash apps in front of me.
This is the same man we see on Instagram dripping in $500,000 worth of jewelry. He poses next to cars that cost more than the average American mortgage. The contrast is jarring. How can a man wearing $500,000 on his neck be scrambling for mere thousands in cash?
I see some random post 4 Birkins, 2 watches, and a ring. It says, Offset gave his girlfriend all that. I said, huh? You just cashed out on this. You can't give me back my money. Why do you keep stalling me? Now, and then not only that, you're asking me for more money.
Yeah.
Like, that's what was like really disrespectful to me. Like, you're asking me for more.
Yeah.
He's like pimping me. Like, I felt like he's my pimp. Like, I paid you for sex type shit. Like, no.
The viral scandal exposed a hidden truth. The rap star lifestyle is a financial mirage. In the finance world, we call this being asset-heavy, cash-poor. It means your net worth is tied up in illiquid things you can't eat: chains, watches, cars. You look wealthy on a red carpet, but you cannot pay the electric bill. In hip-hop, this isn't an exception, it is the rule. Offset's desperation is just a symptom of a much larger disease. We are watching a class of people who are swimming in debt, disguised as wealth. And when the music stops, the illusion crashes.
What's the percentage of how many rappers are wearing real shit to fake shit?
I can guarantee you, if not 95% or 100% of all the celebrities or rapper, I'll put it that way.
100%.
But to understand how a superstar ends up begging for cash, you can't just look at their spending. You have to look at their income. And that requires us to dissect the machine itself. Welcome to the rap industrial complex. From the outside, it looks like a business. From the inside, it functions like a pyramid scheme where the artist is at the very bottom. To understand why your favorite rapper is broke, you have to follow the dollar. Let's assume that a stream is worth $1. That dollar doesn't go to the rapper. It goes to the top of the pyramid, the major label, like Universal or Sony. They front the risk, so they take the lion's share off the top, usually 80%. That leaves 20 cents, but the rapper doesn't even get that.
You made $1, but you spent $2 to make that dollar. So you owe somebody $1. So you might make the decision, I want to fly first class. Hey, I want to shoot a $50,000 video instead of $25,000 video, or a $200,000 video instead of a $50,000 video. These are all choices that are made constantly. And you got to look at the business model and see what works.
In hip-hop, artists are often signed to vanity labels run by other rappers. This creates a cascading contract. Look at the Young Money dynasty. Drake was signed to Lil Wayne, Young Money. Lil Wayne was signed to Birdman, Cash Money. Birdman was signed to Universal. By the time the dollar filters down through 3 different bosses, the artist is left with pennies. And here's the trap that seals their fate: the recoupable advance. When you see a rapper holding a giant check for $1 million, the industry wants you to think it's a salary. It isn't. It is a high-interest loan. The label is leasing the artist the money to record the album, and the artist doesn't see a single dime of royalties until that loan is paid back in full. And because streaming pays so little, labels invented a new shackle, the 360 deal. Labels realized they were losing money on music, so they inserted clauses to take a cut of the only things that actually pay: touring and merchandise.
Everybody gets paid, but the artist. And the artist is cool with that because that's the commercial for them to go make their money selling their merch, which is their t-shirts, and make their money from their show. Now, you can't, I own your ass on the road and your clothes, and also every time you make money from endorsements. So you actually telling someone to give up their whole entire behind.
Historically, the tour was the artist's safe haven to make money. Now, the label takes 30% of the ticket sales and the merchandise too. The trap has closed. The artist has nowhere to hide the revenue. So if the contracts are mathematically designed to keep them poor, Why do they look so rich on Instagram? Because looking rich isn't a choice. It's a job requirement.
How much?
100.
Grand? Wow. I don't know which one. How much is this drip?
220,000. It's just the Tron by itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 100 by itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's at the rings?
In corporate America, you dress for the job you want. In rap, you dress for the deal you need. Image is the resume. If you don't look rich, the executives assume you aren't poppin', and the deal offers dry up. Take the case of Bow Wow. We all remember the hashtag Bow Wow Challenge. He posted a photo of a private jet to Instagram, implying he was flying solo. But a fan spotted him on a commercial flight, sitting in economy, at the exact same time. He was mocked for faking it. But in a candid interview later, he admitted the truth. Everything is for the show. He wasn't just being vain, he was participating in the industry-wide Ponzi scheme of image.
Basically, I was traveling to New York and I was on a commercial flight. So I saw a picture that I liked. It was my mood picture, so I posted it. I put travel day. So someone's on the plane, they take a picture of me and says, well, that's kind of odd. How is he flying private when he's right here in front of me? So he sent the picture in, and then once he sent the picture of me on the plane, all hell just broke loose. And bro, I'm normal and I make mistakes and I can own up to it.
Right.
And you know how many jets we done been on since then?
Yeah.
There we go. I had no reason to do it, but I did it, and I got caught flexing.
Right.
The fake flex.
Right.
Let's break down the inventory of a standard rap video. Almost none of it is owned. The cars, leased. The label often writes them off as a business expense. It's a tax write-off for them, but a liability for the artist. The jewelry, consignment. High-end jewelers loan pieces to rappers in exchange for a shout-out. It's a barter system. The mansion, Airbnb. Rented by the day for the shoot. Most of what you see is a liability, not an asset. They are using the loan from the label to rent the image, to get the next loan. They are running a business with 90% overhead. And it works until the hits stop coming. But you might say, okay, Bow Wow was faking it. But what about the guys who actually had hits, the ones who printed real money? Well, the system has a trap for them too. In the late 2000s, he was undeniable. He was on every hook.
I was the music Jesus, man. You want to get saved, come to the church of T-Pain, and I'll slam you a hook on there, and I'll make sure you're good for at least 3 more years, and you'll be fine.
He revolutionized the sound of the genre. He had $40 million in the bank. And then, he hit zero. He famously admitted in an interview that he had to borrow money just to buy his kids Burger King.
When you say you was broke, was you at like $0 broke?
I had to borrow money to get my kids Burger King.
Wow.
Yeah.
After having, what's the most you ever had in the bank at one time?
40 million. It was a lot of bad investments. A lot of things.
What did you invest in that didn't work for $40 million? What were you invested in?
Real estate.
Real estate?
Yeah.
Shoot.
You buy retail?
No, but I was letting my manager do it, and he was way more optimistic than I was.
So what do you mean optimistic?
He would just buy complete dumps and think that we can just paint, and then we should be
He didn't
fine.
know what he was doing.
Never sold anything that we bought.
Even now, like none of those areas y'all bought in became
we had to let him go.
T-Pain didn't go broke because he stopped selling records. He went broke because of management bloat. He fell into the trap of confusing gross income with net income. When a superstar makes $1 million, they don't keep $1 million. The sharks start eating immediately. The manager takes 20%. The agent takes 10%. The lawyer takes 5%. The business manager takes 5%. Uncle Sam takes 40%. You were left with 20%. But T-Pain was spending like he kept the whole dollar.
Pain had got to a certain level of his career where he was competing with me too.
Interesting.
Right? So we would have real conversations. I'd be like, yeah, Pain, I don't think you need to buy that car. But I noticed that every time I bought a car, Pain would come and try to outdo it.
Mm.
Then he pulled up on me in a Bugatti. I said, nigga. At that time, the car was like 1.7 million.
T-Pain's burn rate was higher than his income, even when he had the #1 song in the country. But sometimes it's not the managers who destroy you. Sometimes it's your own ambition. What happens when a rapper tries to become a CEO? The co-founder of Rockefeller Records, the man who discovered Jay-Z. In the early 2000s, he was the ultimate boss. He famously said, "I don't save money, I invest." Fast forward to 2024. Dame Dash was forced to auction off his 1/3 share of Reasonable Doubt, one of the greatest albums in hip-hop history, for pennies on the dollar to pay a tax debt. He even lost his film company at an auction for $100. How does a mogul fall this hard? He confused equity with cash flow. Dame had equity. He owned pieces of companies, but he had no cash flow. He had no liquid money to pay his bills. And because his brash attitude burned bridges with everyone in the industry, including Jay-Z, nobody was there to bail him out. His burn rate was astronomical. He refused to play the corporate game. He wanted to be the king. But in the rap industrial complex, if you don't understand liquidity, the king ends up a pauper. He proved that you can own the asset, but if you can't service the debt, the bank will take it all back. So, is the game rigged? Is it impossible to win? No. But to win, you have to stop thinking like a rapper and start thinking like a bank. In 2015, the headlines laughed at him. 50 Cent files for bankruptcy. The internet mocked him. They thought he blew his vitamin water fortune. They thought he was another T-Pain. They were wrong. 50 Cent wasn't broke. He was strategic. He was facing a massive lawsuit from Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend. The court ordered him to pay millions. So he filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This didn't mean he had no money. It meant he was using the legal code to shield his assets. Chapter 11 stops creditors from seizing your property while you reorganize.
About a year ago or so, you declared bankruptcy. You said you're out of money, and then you irritated the judge in the case because you started posting all these pictures of you that seem to indicate that you have a ton of money. You put up this picture right here of you eating a money sandwich.
Yeah. A lot of people, I don't expect them to understand strategic business movement. Like I'm a target. I'm clear I'm a target, and I'm not gonna allow myself to just fall apart based on little things.
50 Cent understood the difference between a legal status and reality. While Bow Wow was faking being rich, 50 Cent was faking being broke. He played the legal system the same way he played the streets. He trolled the judge on Instagram. He kept his vitamin water millions safe in holding companies. He proved that broke is a temporary financial condition, but poor is a mindset. The rap star is a manufactured product. The chains, the cars, the cash, they are marketing expenses billed to the artist. The system is designed to keep them on a treadmill. Earn money, spend it on image, go broke, record more music to pay the debt. There is a saying, rich is loud, wealth is quiet. This is Redline Theory. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the comments.